Good morning. We're looking today at a few verses in the first chapter of Luke. But let's have a little chat. How do you deal with disappointment? How do you do that? Does it make you cross? Do you get angry? Do you spend your time looking at others and saying, how is it there where I would like to be? Have you let it get in the way of your Christian experience? It can happen. It can happen. Let's read these verses from the first chapter of Luke, starting at verse 5 to verse 10. In the time of Herod, the king of Judah, there was a priest named Zachariah, who belonged to the priestly division of Abijah. His wife Elizabeth was also a descendant of Aaron. Both of them were righteous in the sight of God, observing the Lord's commands and decrees blamelessly. But they were childless, because Elizabeth was not able to conceive, and they were both very old. Once when Zachariah's division was on duty, he was serving as priest before God. He was chosen by lot, according to the custom of the priesthood, to go into the temple of the Lord and burn incense. And when the time of burning of incense came, all the assembled worshippers were praying outside. What can we say about this couple? Well, Zachariah was one of the perhaps 20,000 priests that were in Israel at that time. So he was a man of standing. Elizabeth was also of the priestly line. She was a descendant of Aaron, who was Moses' brother. So that was the position of these two people. They were, if you like, their credentials were absolutely magnificent. They were of the priestly line, and Zachariah was a priest. They had everything going for them. Everything you could think of within the country was going for them. But here's the rub. But. There's a but in there, in that verse. It says, but they were childless. If you're expecting to have a family and you don't have a family, I can well understand how difficult it is for us, for you, for anybody, to live your life not having a family. Some people make the decision not to have any family. That's fine. But many people desire a family, and this couple were no different. And the society they lived in would have not made it easy for them, because having children was considered a blessing. But we see here a couple who continue to live their lives righteously, blamelessly. How amazing is that? How absolutely fantastic is that? That they live their lives, and although this is in the background, they do not let it affect them. They do not, and Zachariah goes up to Jerusalem to carry out his priestly duties, and he is chosen to go into the Holy of Holies that time. And the worshippers outside are praying, and that is significant, I believe. But it doesn't make any difference to them. I'm sure they would love to have a family, love to have had a family. But now they're older, maybe they think, well, it's not going to happen. Maybe they are still hoping in the Lord, believing that they're going to have this family. But it doesn't affect their continuation of their faith and how they live. Brothers and sisters, we must not let disappointment affect us to the point where it affects our Christian faith and our way of living. This couple lived with perhaps disappointment, but it did not affect the way they followed the God that they loved, and they served him faithfully. and they were righteous and they were blameless amidst the disappointment. Let's take this on, brothers and sisters, and learn to live righteously in the midst of any disappointment we have. God bless you.